If you're a woman past 50 and your belly fat refuses to budge no matter what you cut, what you eat, or how much you walk, that's not a metabolism problem. That's a hormone signal your body is following. And there's one tiny seed used in Egypt 3,000 years ago that turns that signal off. It's called Nigella sativa, black cumin, and Mount Sinai, the Karolinska Institute in Sweden, and a clinical trial out of Cairo, published last year, all found the same thing. It shuts down the fat storage program that switches on the day your estrogen drops. By the end of this video, I'll show you the exact dose, the exact timing, and the full 21-day protocol I built for women in the Stem Cell Code Master Bundle on sale this week for $27. But first, the 3 reasons your doctor never told you about this seed. Most women I talk to spend their 50s feeling betrayed by their own body. You eat the same things you ate at 40. You walk the same amount. You sleep the same hours. But the belly fat shows up anyway, around your waist, around your organs, sitting there like it owns the place. Your doctor weighs you, types something into the computer, and tells you it's normal at your age. It's not normal. It's predictable. Those are very different words. What's actually happening is this. The moment your estrogen drops below a certain threshold in perimenopause and after, a switch flips inside your fat cells. They stop releasing fat. They start storing it. Specifically around the abdomen, where stem cell turnover is slowest. That switch has a name in the literature. It's called preferential abdominal lipogenesis, and there is a way to flip it back. By the way, Margaret from Phoenix, 58, gained 22 pounds in the 4 years after menopause without changing one thing about her diet. She started using the seed I'm about to tell you about, the way the protocol describes it. By day 21, her pants fit again, for the first time in 3 years. She didn't find that at her doctor's office. She found it in the first link in the description. I'll come back to her story in a few minutes. Anyway, let me show you why this seed got buried in the first place. Nigella sativa was found in the tomb of Tutankhamun, sealed in jars beside his burial chamber. The pharaohs called it the seed of blessing. Roman writers, including Pliny the Elder, listed it as one of the most prized medicinal seeds in the empire. Persian physicians in the 10th century used it specifically for women who had stopped menstruating, what they called the time of dryness. Avicenna, the father of modern medicine, dedicated 3 pages to it in the Canon of Medicine, written around the year 1000. That's 1,000 years before any modern researcher rediscovered the molecule it contains, called thymoquinone. Then in the late 1800s, when the European pharmaceutical industry was being built, all those traditional remedies got reclassified. Anything you could grow in a pot or buy in a market got labeled folk medicine. Anything you needed a chemist to synthesize got labeled science. Nigella sativa was on the wrong side of that line. It went silent for almost 100 years. Until 2015, when a team at the University of Cairo published the first major double-blind clinical trial on post-menopausal women using black seed oil. What they found is the reason I'm making this video. Here's what happens inside the body when estrogen falls. 3 things shift at the cellular level. First, your body increases an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase in abdominal fat cells. That enzyme is the doorman of the fat cell. When it's active, fat goes in. When it's not, fat stays out. After menopause, the doorman is wide open. Second, your stem cells, the repair cells that build new lean tissue, slow down by about 40%. Less muscle means less fat-burning capacity at rest, even if you eat exactly the same. Third, your visceral fat starts producing more inflammatory cytokines. That inflammation directly suppresses the brain signals that tell you you're full. So the trap is this. Fat cell door opens wider, muscle gets harder to keep, and appetite signals get scrambled. Conventional medicine sees this and offers you 3 things: a calorie restriction diet that won't work because of point 1, a low-impact exercise plan that won't work because of point 2, and an antidepressant for the inflammation that won't fix point 3. That is why 9 out of 10 women fail to lose weight after menopause with conventional approaches. Now, what the Cairo trial discovered, and what 3 follow-up studies in Riyadh and Tehran confirmed, is that thymoquinone, the active molecule in Nigella sativa, hits all 3 points at once. It downregulates lipoprotein lipase in abdominal fat by an average of 31% in 12 weeks. It activates a stem cell pathway called AMPK that protects lean muscle, and it directly suppresses the inflammation cycle in visceral fat. Before I go on and show you exactly how to use this seed, the dose, the timing, the form that actually works versus the form that doesn't, I need to stop for 4 minutes. I'm about to put a story in front of you that I've been holding back because some of you watching are going to recognize yourselves in it. And after that, I want to show you what I built for women like you. After these 4 minutes, I come back and I'll walk you through the 7 foods that work alongside black seed, the morning ritual, and the warning signs that mean you need to act this month, not next. But first, Margaret. Margaret is 58. She lives in Phoenix. She raised 2 daughters, ran a small accounting firm for 20 years, took care of her mother in her final years. 3 things hit her in the same 18 months around her 54th birthday: her last period, her mother's funeral, and what her family doctor called normal age-related weight gain. 22 pounds, almost all of it around the middle. She told me on a call she had stopped looking at herself in the mirror past her shoulders. She did everything right. Cut bread, cut wine, cut dessert, walked an hour a day. 3 months. The scale moved by 2 pounds. The belly didn't move at all. Her doctor said, "That's just how it is now. Try to enjoy your grandchildren." She found the protocol on a Tuesday night, on her phone, in bed. She did the math, said yes, downloaded it, started Wednesday morning, day 3, and she wrote this down in her log. She felt warmer, specifically her hands, which had been cold for years. Day 7. She slept through the night for the first time in 18 months. No hot flash, no middle of the night wake up. Day 14. Her wedding ring went back on. It hadn't fit since her mother's funeral. Day 21. Her pants fit. The good ones, the ones in the back of the closet she'd been keeping out of stubbornness. Day 60. 11 pounds gone. All of it from the abdomen. Her doctor measured her waist at the annual physical and said, quote, "Margaret, what are you doing differently?" End quote. She told him. He looked at her, paused, and said, "Well, keep doing it." That's the moment that broke something open for her, because she realized he didn't know. He'd been her doctor for 11 years, and he didn't know. This is the part that's important. What changed for Margaret was not a diet. It was not a supplement she took once and forgot. And it was not exercise. It was a sequence. A specific order of foods, timings, and a 4-minute morning ritual that together turned the lipogenesis switch back off. Black seed oil was step 1 of 7. The other 6 worked together with it. Take only the seed without the rest of the protocol, and you get maybe 20% of the result. That sequence is what the stem cell code is. It is a complete 21-day blueprint, structured for women 50 plus, with the exact dose of black seed oil, the 6 other foods that compound it, the morning ritual, and the 7 blood markers to ask your doctor for so you can see the change in numbers, not just in the mirror. Here's what you get when you join this week. 1. The Stem Cell Code Ebook. 7 chapters, 134 sources linked, including Mount Sinai, Karolinska, the Cairo trial, 3 follow-up trials, and the long-term post-menopausal cohort from the University of Riyadh. Standalone value, $49. 2. Bonus 1, the 7-day activation calendar, hour by hour for the first week. What to eat at breakfast, when to take the seed, what foods cancel its effect, what time to walk. Printable, $47 value. 3. Bonus 2, the Anti-Aging Smoothie Vault. 30 recipes that combine black seed with the 6 other foods in the protocol. Built so you stop having to think about it by day 4. $37 value. 4. Bonus 3. And this one matters specifically for women in menopause. The Hormone Reset Companion. The parallel protocol for natural estrogen support, the foods that mimic phytoestrogens safely, and the signs of imbalance you should ask your doctor to test. $67 value. 5. Bonus 4. The Cellular Activation Audio, a 22-minute guided ritual for the moment you wake up. Breathing, visualization, metabolic activation. $27 value. 6. Bonus 5. The Lab Test Guide. The 7 blood markers to request. The exact wording to use so your doctor doesn't refuse. The healthy ranges by age. $47 value. 7. Bonus 6. Lifetime updates. Every new clinical trial, every new version of the protocol, automatically in your inbox. Forever. $97 value. 8. Bonus 7. And this one is only available for the first 48 hours after you watch this video. The Personal Activation Email. You write your single most important question. You get a real answer from a certified specialist, not a chatbot. $97 value. Add the stack up. $468 in declared value. What you pay today. The original price is $97. Today, with 72% off, $27. One time, lifetime access. And the guarantee. If at any point in the first 90 days it doesn't change what you wanted it to change, you write one email with one word. Refund, you get every dollar back, no questions, no justification. And you keep all 7 bonuses forever. Even if you ask for the refund, you carry no risk. We carry it. But the 7th bonus, the personal email, disappears 48 hours after you watch this video. After that, you can still get in, but the email goes away. First link in the description. The pinned comment has it too. You're inside in less than 2 minutes. Okay, back to the video. Because what I'm about to show you next is the second food in the protocol, and it's something I bet is sitting in your kitchen right now. It works alongside black seed in a way that surprised me when I first read the data. Here it is. The second food is fenugreek seeds. Yes, the spice. The one that smells like maple syrup. The one you have in the back of your cabinet from a curry recipe 4 years ago. Fenugreek does something black seed cannot do alone. It directly improves insulin sensitivity in muscle tissue, which means when you eat it together with black seed oil, 2 things happen at the same time. The fat cell door starts to close, and the muscle door starts to open. That combination is in the protocol exactly the way Margaret took it. 3 studies, one from McGill University in Montreal, one from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and one from the University of Stuttgart, show that combined supplementation with both seeds reduces fasting blood sugar by an average of 17% in 12 weeks. For post-menopausal women, that translates directly into less abdominal fat storage, because the relationship between insulin and visceral fat is 1-to-1 in this age group. The dose, by the way, and this is important, is 1 teaspoon of soaked fenugreek seeds, taken at breakfast, ideally 15 minutes before the meal. Soaked overnight, not toasted, not powdered. The active compound, called 4-hydroxyzoleucine, is destroyed by heat. So if you've been adding it to cooked food, you've been getting almost 0 of the metabolic effect. That detail alone changes everything for most people. But fenugreek is the second food. There are 5 more. Let me show you the third. The third food is sesame seeds, specifically black sesame. This one I learned from the Riyadh follow-up trial. Black sesame contains a class of compounds called sesamins. They are lignans, phytoestrogens, that the body converts in the gut into something called enterolactone. Enterolactone has been studied at the Karolinska Institute for almost 20 years now. Women with higher blood levels of it after menopause have measurably less visceral fat, lower inflammation, and stronger bone density. 1 tablespoon a day of unhulled black sesame seeds, ground fresh, a coffee grinder works, gives you a clinically meaningful dose, sprinkled on yogurt or salad. Not heated. Notice the pattern. Black seed oil, soaked fenugreek, ground black sesame. All 3 are seeds. All 3 are unprocessed. All 3 are eaten cold or at room temperature. That's not a coincidence. It's the rule of the protocol. Quick reminder, if Margaret's story hit something for you and you haven't grabbed the protocol yet, the personal email bonus disappears in less than 48 hours from the moment you started this video. After that, you can still join. But the email goes away. First link in the description. Back to the video. Because the 4th food is the one that surprises everybody. The 4th food is pumpkin seeds. Hulled, raw. 1 ounce a day. About a small handful. Pumpkin seeds contain the highest food source of magnesium that most women in menopause are dramatically deficient in. Magnesium does 2 things that compound directly with black seed. It improves sleep depth, which is when the body burns visceral fat preferentially, and it lowers cortisol, which is the hormone driving belly fat accumulation under chronic stress. A study from the German Federal Institute for Risk Assessment showed that women 50 plus on average get only 63% of the magnesium they need. That deficit alone explains a meaningful portion of post-menopausal weight gain. 1 handful of pumpkin seeds a day fixes it. The 5th food is chia seeds, soaked, 1 tablespoon, with water or in yogurt. Chia is the only seed in the protocol that you actually want to expand inside the digestive tract. The gel it forms slows gastric emptying, which means after a chia breakfast, blood sugar stays flat for 4 to 5 hours. Insulin stays low. The fat cell door stays closed. This is why women on the protocol stop snacking by day 5, without willpower. The hunger signal just doesn't fire. The 6th food is hemp seeds, hulled, raw, 2 tablespoons a day. Hemp is the only complete plant protein in the seed family. All 9 essential amino acids in the right ratios. For women 50 plus losing muscle mass at 1 to 2% a year, that protein matters more than people realize. It also has the right balance of omega-6 to omega-3 to actively reduce inflammation rather than feed it. The 7th food, and this is the one I keep last because it's the most overlooked, is sunflower seeds, hulled, raw, 1 ounce. Sunflower seeds are the highest food source of vitamin E in any seed. Vitamin E in menopause is essentially the body's protection against oxidative damage to the ovaries, the kind of damage that drives accelerated aging in this window. A trial out of the Mayo Clinic, published 2 years ago, showed that women supplementing vitamin E from whole food sources reduced hot flash frequency by 34% in 8 weeks, which, by the way, also helps with sleep, which helps with cortisol, which helps with belly fat. The whole system is connected, so that's the 7 seeds. Black seed oil, soaked fenugreek, ground black sesame, pumpkin seeds, chia, hemp, sunflower. 1 protocol, 7 seeds, 21 days. But here's the thing. You don't take them in a random pile. There's an order. There's a timing. There's a thing to eat them with and a thing not to eat them with. Black seed oil before breakfast on an empty stomach. Soaked fenugreek 15 minutes before the meal. Ground black sesame at lunch. Pumpkin and chia at the 3 p.m. window when cortisol naturally rises. Hemp at dinner. Sunflower as an evening snack. That sequence is in the 7-day activation calendar. Hour by hour, already laid out. 3 warning signs that mean you should start this month, not next. 1. Your waist measurement at the navel is more than 35 inches. That's a clinical threshold for visceral adiposity in women, and it correlates 1-to-1 with the inflammation cycle I mentioned earlier. 2. Your sleep is broken 3 or more nights a week with hot flashes or middle-of-the-night wake-ups. That's cortisol dysregulation, and it accelerates fat storage exponentially. 3. Your fasting blood sugar is over 95, even though you've never been told you're diabetic. That is the early signature of insulin resistance, and it doubles your visceral fat accumulation rate. Any one of those 3. You should not wait. 2 of them. You really should not wait. All 3. The protocol was built for you specifically. One more thing before we wrap. If you took the menopause workup we just talked about, the 7 blood markers, the waist measurement, a metabolic panel, a phytoestrogen consult, to a longevity clinic in Boston or San Diego today, you'd be looking at $1,500 to $4,000. I checked. I called 3 of them. The stem cell code. Master Bundle gives you the same protocol, structured for women 50 plus, with all 7 bonuses. Today, with the launch price, $27. The original price is $97. 90 days money back. You keep all the bonuses. You're literally taking 0 risk on this. The personal email bonus disappears at the timer in the first link. If you're going, today is the day. Continuing. One last detail about black seed before we close. There are 2 forms on the market, the whole seed and the cold-pressed oil. For women in menopause, cold-pressed oil is the form with the data. The whole seed has thymoquinone too, but the bioavailability is roughly 4 times lower. Half a teaspoon of cold-pressed black seed oil on an empty stomach 20 minutes before breakfast. 5 days a week, 2 days off. That's the dose. That's the rhythm. That's all there is to it. Here's what the next 90 days could look like for you, if you start today. Day 3. You wake up and your hands are warmer. The chronic cold in your fingertips is gone. You don't notice it for a few hours, then realize it's been gone all morning. Day 7. You sleep through the night. No hot flash, no 3 a.m., wake up. You're surprised by your own alarm clock. Day 14. Your rings fit again. The puffiness is gone from the face and the hands. You look at yourself in the mirror at a different angle than you have in years. Day 21. Your pants fit. The waistband doesn't dig in. You haven't been eating less. You've been eating differently. Day 45. Your annual blood work comes in. Your fasting blood sugar is down. Your inflammation marker, C-reactive protein, is in the green for the first time in a decade. Day 60. Your doctor takes your waist measurement and pauses, asks you what you've been doing differently. Day 90. You forget what tired felt like. You forget what bloated felt like. You're booking flights you'd been postponing. That's not marketing language. That's literally Margaret's timeline. Members inside the program report variations of the same arc. Some women see it faster. Lorena from Sacramento, 61, lost the first 8 pounds in 14 days. Some women see it slower. Karen from Cleveland, 63, didn't see the scale move until day 30, then dropped 15 pounds in the next 2 months. Individual results vary. The protocol is the same. The body decides the pace, but the direction, if you do the work, is consistent. One last thing about the body, and then we close this video. There is a window after menopause that lasts roughly 7 to 10 years. In that window, the metabolic damage is reversible. The stem cell decline can be slowed. The visceral fat can come off. After that window, and the data on this is from a Stanford long-term cohort, the changes become structural. Reversal becomes much harder. I'm not telling you this to pressure you. I'm telling you because no one told my mother. And by the time someone told her, she was past the window. If you're in the window, 3 years out, 5 years out, 8 years out, you have time, but you have less of it than you think. The protocol is built for that window, $27 today. 90 days to test it. All bonuses kept on refund. Personal email expires in 48 hours. First link in the description. Pinned comment has it too. Last point. Before you close this video, one last thing. In the next 2 minutes, 2 things can happen. 1. You click the link. You pay $27. Tonight you read the first chapter in bed. Tomorrow morning you start. Day 3 your hands are warmer. Day 7 you sleep through. Day 21 your pants fit. Day 90 you forget what tired felt like. Or 2. You close the video. Tomorrow morning you wake up the same way you woke up today. In 3 weeks you don't remember this video. In a year your waist measurement is the same or larger. Both paths are real. Both end in a reality. The first link. The personal email bonus closes in less than 48 hours. If anything I said today landed for you, today is the day. If you're in the menopause window, you have time, just not as much as you think. Last point. This knowledge doesn't belong to the industry. It belongs to you. It belongs to your daughters. It belongs to every woman who walked out of that 7-minute appointment thinking it was just her age. It wasn't her age. Subscribe to this channel so no one forgets it.